I te ao, i te pō, ki te ao, te upuku.
Kei te kōrero e hāngai puana ki te Pōtimatua, and on the phone right now, we have Alicia Wright. Kia ora, Alicia.
Kia ora.
Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Exciting times with what's been happening this year and the general elections. So, given the change from September to October, how has this affected the planning in terms of the general elections this year?
So, yes, so the Prime Minister announced that we've shifted from the 19th of September to the 17th of October. So that means advance voting starts on the 3rd of October this year, and it'll go to the 17th. So what we need to be doing is we're working on making sure that we can get all of our voting places re-signed up, and all of the people have put their hand up to work at the general election, and we're going to need about over 25,000 this time, that we can reconfirm that they're still available in October.
Wow, it sounds like a big process, and I'm very excited to see, what will come out of this. So how does that affect, let's say someone that's 17 turns 18 throughout that month. What do they do in that time, and how do they kind of prepare?
Yes, so yes, one of the benefits around shifting the date is that there is about 5,000 17-year-olds who are going to turn 18 during that time period, and they'll have a chance to vote. And so, if you're 17 right now, you can go and you can sign up and enroll right now today. And when you turn 18, you'll be all ready to go and ready to vote at the general election when it starts, when voting starts. So right up until the 17th of October, if you turn 18 in that time period, you can vote.
So I want to talk about the general roll and the Māori roll. If there is someone currently on the general roll and they are eligible to vote in the Māori roll, how do they go about the process of changing if they wanted to?
So right after the general, right after the census, there is the Māori electoral option, and that happens every 5 years. And during that time period, you can change from the Māori roll to the general roll, or vice versa. So at this point, if you're already enrolled, the roll that you're on is the roll that you'll need to vote on during the general election. If you're not enrolled, you can choose the Māori roll or the general roll.
So what do the people need to know leading up to elections this year?
So it's a big election. There's the general election and the referendums this year. And so you'll want to think about that. You want to make sure that you're enrolled. And if you're not enrolled, go to vote.nz and get yourself enrolled. Think about the issues that are really important to you. And then you could go on a website and identify where the voting places are so that you can vote. Now, this year, because of COVID-19, the other thing to keep in mind is that we want everybody to enroll early so that they can get in and out of the voting place quickly. And it would be great if people voted early and they voted local. And the reason why is that will allow people to pop in and out of the voting places as quickly as possible. And that's good. And that helps with safety measures.
So we know that the election date is the 17th of October. What are the dates for if someone wanted to cast an early vote?
So anytime from the 3rd of October through to the 17th of October, you can cast an early vote. And you don't need to fill out any forms or do anything special. The voting places will be around the country. We'll have those advertised on the website. You could just pop in. And as long as you're enrolled, it's just as quick as anything. Now, if you're not enrolled, by the time voting kicks around, you can enroll and vote at the same time. And that's totally possible to do. It just means you're going to fill in a few more forms.
Thank you very much, Alicia, for joining us on the show and clarifying a few things for us. And I'm still wrapping my head around everything in terms of enrolling and stuff like that. But this year I've got another month to prepare myself, and I'm super excited. So I want to say thank you for joining me on the show this afternoon. Any last things that our people need to know about elections?
What I'd say is this is a great opportunity to have your say, get yourself enrolled, go on vote.nz, and that'll have all the information that you need about all the questions you might have around voting. Check it out and have your say.
Ngā mihi nui ki a koe e Alicia Wright, mōwi whai wāhi ki runga I tēnei hōtaka a tātou. Thank you for joining me on the show this afternoon.
Thank you.
E ika mā ko Alicia Wright tēnā.
Whakapā mai ki te whārangi I purangi o te upoko o te ika. Te upoko, irakati kau, irakati NZ. Harere ki ngā motu katoa. Ia rā, I te ao, I te pō. Te upoko, irakati kau, irakati NZ.